What is an IP address? IP stands for Internet Protocol. The address part refers to a unique number that gets linked to all online activity you do, whether sending mail, streaming video, or connecting to a website over the Internet. Every machine on a network has a unique identifier. Just as you would address a letter to send in the mail, computers use the unique identifier to send data to specific computers on a network. Most networks today, including all computers on the Internet, use the TCP/IP protocol as the standard for how to communicate on the network. In the TCP/IP protocol, the unique identifier for a computer is called its IP address. It allows computers to send and receive information to and from specific computers in a network. There are two standards for IP addresses, IP version 4, IPv4, and IP version 6, IPv6. All computers with IP addresses have an IPv4 address, and most use the new IPv6 address system as well. Here are the differences between the two address types. IPv4 uses 32 binary bits to create a single unique address on the network. An IPv4 address is expressed by 4 numbers separated by dots. Each number is the decimal, base 10, representation for an 8-digit binary, base 2, number, also called an octet. For example, 172.16.254.1. IPv6 uses 128 binary bits to create a single unique address on the network. An IPv6 address is expressed by 8 groups of hexadecimal, base 16, numbers separated by colons, as in. Groups of numbers that contain all zeros are often omitted to save space, leaving a colon separator to mark the gap as in. How does your computer get its IP address? An IP address can be either dynamic or static. A dynamic IP address is an IP address that changes from time to time. Unlike a static IP address, most home networks are likely to have a dynamic IP address, and the reason for this is because it is cost-effective for Internet Service Providers, ISPs, to allocate dynamic IP addresses to their customers. A static IP address is simply an address that doesn't change. Once your device is assigned a static IP address, that number typically stays the same until the device is decommissioned or your network architecture changes. A static address is a permanently assigned address. Static IP addresses assigned by Internet Service Providers are rare. You can assign static IPs to devices on your local network, but it can create network issues if you use it without a good understanding of TCP/IP. An IP address serves 2 principal functions. It identifies the host, or more specifically its network interface, and it provides the location of the host in the network, and thus the capability of establishing a path to that host. Its role has been characterized as follows. A name indicates what we seek. An address indicates where it is. A route indicates how to get there. The header of each IP packet contains the IP address of the sending host, and that of the destination host. If you find this video helpful, please like, comment, and share.